Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 26th of February 2013. Here's all the news it's worth talking about today. Yesterday afternoon, the national power grid in Panama collapsed. At about 2:45 in the afternoon, actually the exact time was 2:47, there was a fire apparently underneath some transmission lines that caused some damage. And that caused a domino effect shutdown of the entire national grid. Everybody in the country, at one way or another, was affected by this power outage. It wasn't just localized, and it wasn't just Panama City. It was the whole country. They are now going to be doing an overflight of the area where the damage occurred, and they know exactly where it happened. It's called the Llano Sanchez in Cocle, and they know it was in a place called El Ingenio Santa Rosa. And now, here's the thing. According to the norms and standards and laws, there's supposed to be a 40-meter wide route where nobody is supposed to be able to do anything underneath the power lines. The power lines are supposed to go across the country, and these are transmission lines that bring power from the hydroelectric facilities that are out like in Chiriquí or what have you into Panama City to be consumed. Now, they're saying that the fire was caused by a cañaveral. What that is when you grow sugar cane, the first thing that you do when you're going to process that cane or to harvest it is you burn it. You burn the field. And what that does is it burns off the leaves and stuff, so the only thing that's left is the sugar cane. Then you go through with your guys, cut the cane, harvest it, and take it out of there. And yesterday afternoon, right when this thing occurred, that immediately Ricardo Martinelli came out on Twitter saying that I've been informed that the outage was caused by the burning of sugar cane, basically underneath these power lines. And if that's the case, we will investigate. We'll find out who's responsible, and they will be sanctioned. Considering the amount of damage and economic damage that a national power grid outage could cause, I don't think they could find these people enough, no matter who they are, what they're growing, or what happened. If it turns out that somebody was growing sugarcane right underneath the power lines, and when they burned it, they caused them, that's got to be like a bad afternoon. Oh shit, Sparky, we've knocked out the whole damn country. Yeah, well, it ain't going to be good. There was all kinds of trickle-down effect from this stuff when this power went out. Okay, there were something like 52 water treatment plants that went offline all at the same time. The water treatment plants obviously need electric pumps for them to operate. Now, you would think, hey, shouldn't all of these things have power generators and automatic backup, and as soon as the power goes off, then a generator kicks on and the plant doesn't even recognize it or not? Yeah, they should. Do they? No, they don't. So all of the water plants just shut down, and the power outage only lasted about 3 hours because the damage was in a very localized area. So you can bypass that area and just send the power down another stream, and bring the grid back up slowly, and that's exactly what they did. But that's how long it takes to bring the national grid back up, about 3 hours. Once it goes down, then you figure out what's going on. It took 3 hours to get it back up. Well, it takes the water treatment plants a little bit longer because once you knock them down to zero, then the pressure in all the lines goes down, and now you got to get the water plant operating again, and then you got to get pressure up in the line again. And they're talking about this with this Chilibre plant. It's such a big plant and it serves such a large portion of the community, it takes a long time for that system to get back up to speed once it gets knocked off. So they are going to be investigating this outage. And another thing that happened yesterday, which was kind of interesting, that right when the power went out, of course it was like 2:45, 2:47 in the afternoon, and everybody kind of sat around for in their offices for a while. And then it started getting around on Twitter and the cell phones. Hey, it's nationwide and it ain't coming back anytime soon. Everybody at the same time, in the office workers all said, that's it, we're out. And they all bailed at the same 10-minute window. Then a rumor went around, hey, the northern and southern corridors are free. So if you want to go hop on the corridor to get out of town fast, well, that turned out to be not true, okay? It turns out that the northern and southern corridors do have generators, and no matter what happens, they can charge you money. So, schwank, everybody goes to the northern and southern corridors, and, it was a cluster. Finally, in the afternoon, at about 6 or something like that, 6:30 at night, President Martinelli issued a thing saying they will be free, and they lifted the gates, and everybody, but by then it was too late. Most people spent at least 3 hours in a traffic jam yesterday afternoon trying to get home. So, yes, they did end up making the northern and southern corridor free until 8 o'clock at night. All right. So anyway, that's enough of the power outage. That's why it occurred and what happened and what they're doing about it and all that kind of stuff. There was a fatal car accident last night in Chepo. It was a 3-car collision. A 33-year-old guy got killed, crushed in a car. Looks like some kind of a head-on. It was on the Pan American Highway in the eastern part of the country, out past the airport. So one 33-year-old man was killed, and an 8-year-old child was injured, and somebody else was injured. So fatal accidents are common in Panama. People are not good drivers, and they lose control of their vehicles or whatever, accidents. It happens. Okay, yesterday was the first day of school, and part of the problems that occurred, they have the new Metro bus system, which is in effect, and then with the Ministry of Education and the Transit Authority, it took them a long time to get the rules in place for the school kids, because the school kids have their cards that they use on the Metro bus. They only pay 10 cents to ride the bus, okay? But the only people that are supposed to have them cards are the school kids. And there's like this procedure that you got to go through to get your card and make sure that you're supposed to have it and blah. All right. Well, they delayed that down to the last minute. And because of that, yesterday, the president asked the director of the Tránsito, Vega, to resign. And he presented his resignation in the afternoon. It was like, dude, you screwed up. This is a major cluster. You're out. And at the same time, he said, Martinelli said in a talking to the press, he's like, I'm going to stop covering for the people in my administration who screw up, basically. And he mentioned somebody else from the aquatic resources director. It's like, you're next. It's like, oh crap. I don't know what she did or he did, but anyway. So, and they haven't named a replacement yet. And speaking of replacements, Frank de Lima, who is the Minister of Economy and Finance today, has thrown his hat into the ring to run as a presidential candidate for the CD in the primary elections. However, he has not resigned from his post. As of right now, he is still on the cabinet. He's still the Minister of the Meth. President Martinelli came out last week and said, because when the CD was doing everybody signing up to participate in their primary election, he said that no, you can't take a leave of absence or a paid vacation or anything like that. If you're gonna run in the politics, if you're gonna be a candidate, you got to resign. So the only guy who hasn't resigned yet is de Lima, and he said that he's going to resign on Sunday. So, okay, whatever, that's fine. So de Lima is out, and I think there's like 6 candidates from the Cambio Democrático. Their election is going to be in like the first week of May, I think. And I believe this weekend coming up here now, the PRD primary is coming up, but that one's almost a done deal. It's almost boring because everybody knows that Juan Carlos Navarro is going to win, but they're going through the process of having their primary, and that's coming up here soon. So the only real candidate from the 3 major parties that hasn't been defined is the Cambio Democrático. So that in the next 2 months or so, that'll be sorted out. Here, this one caught my eye. The municipal government in the city of Panama has created a new office of nighttime inspections. these people will be specifically tasked to go out at night and inspect bars, nightclubs, strip clubs, discotheques, any place that sells liquor that operates that has a nighttime license. Because normally what they would have to do is they'd have to take these people that work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then do special inspections and, do all this thing. So they finally got smart and they opened up this new Office of Nighttime Inspection, and that's what they're going to be doing. I mean, it starts now. They're already talking about what they're going to be doing this weekend. So they've got that thing up and running. Okay, here's another one. I'm a little over time, but this is important. They arrested a band of kidnappers. These guys had kidnapped a 44-year-old Panamanian man, don't know who it was, and they asked for or demanded a $250,000 ransom for his release. So, whoever the guy was, he was somebody important, rich, had money, connected to the families, whatever. And they arrested 6 people. There's still one that they're looking for. 2 women, one of them 19, one of them 56, plus 4 guys. And this was based out of Ojo de Agua in San Miguelito and also in Rio Abajo. And they did a persecution where they apparently paid the money, but then they had a tracker or something in the money, so they were following these guys. The DIJ has a special anti-kidnapping unit, okay? Be aware of that. And they did their job. They got the guy back, got the money back, busted all the bad guys. There's still one guy that they're looking for, so good job for them. It's always a good thing when some idiots try to do a kidnapping and they get caught, because that's the message gets reinforced. Bad business. You're going to go to prison. You're not going to get paid. Don't try it. What you don't want to see is successful kidnappings one after the other, where somebody gets kidnapped, the bad guys get paid, and then the victim gets released, because that sends the wrong message, and it reinforces to the bad guys that they can pull this crap off and get paid. This is exactly what you want to see happen. If it's going to happen at all, there's a kidnapping, bad guys get caught, and they go to prison. So, all right. If that happens, then there will be less kidnappings in Panama. So that's a good thing. All right, I'm over time, and that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 27th, I will be at the El Paraíso on the road going up to El Valle in the Playa community meeting that's put together by Jemuna Burre. I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.